I literally told God, I want to live a life of ease. Anyway, I literally told God, I want to live a life of ease. I said, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore, God. I went back to work for that month, y'all. And I got in trouble because my daughter was crying in the background. And one of the people at work, had complained because I was working from home. So one of the people complained on me, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna take my last month of maternity leave. My last month of maternity leave, God presented me with the idea, digital products. So God presented me with the idea and said, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I invested in it. And built my store, did what I had to do. I literally just flow with it. Also, I do YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube because, baby, I can talk. Okay, I can talk. I can tell you what I got to tell you. But I don't like small talk. I like to, speak intellectually. I like to speak about things that I like to speak about. I don't really like, hey, what you doing? What's your favorite color? I don't really like that type of stuff. So literally, as I'm back at work, I'm still working on building my digital product store. I'm uploading them. I'm figuring out all the information, this, that, the third. Then it comes time for me to go back to work. I go back to work. Every day I'm stressed out. I'm calling out. I'm going in late. I'm getting off early just because, like my spirit is like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Why won't you quit? So, my mom was like, if you get fired, then you'll get unemployment. Long story short, I definitely got denied for unemployment. Sorry, y'all, I'm breastfeeding. Girl, her. Okay. Anyways, I got denied for unemployment. And, but I couldn't go back to finding myself working another job. I really couldn't. And I'm a licensed esthetician. So with me being a licensed esthetician, I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go out into the field. I still couldn't harbor the thought of leaving my daughter. I just literally couldn't. I literally just could not. And actually, I really didn't have many options for, her to be watched anyways. But I just couldn't harbor the thought of her being watched, by someone else, because me as a first time mom, I'm like, oh, nobody's gonna love her like I do, I don't know, just a mommy thought. And I struggled with it months. I'm like, oh my God, who am I gonna get to watch her? I don't know, it was just so many things. Other people's work schedules and things like that, like me saying, oh, you don't have to work so I can go work. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like that would be unfair, so at this point, I just said, okay, well, I'm going to do what God wants me to do. There has been ups and downs being an entrepreneur. There has been ups and downs being a single mother. There has been ups and downs, just pretty much being like, okay, this is for me. Like, it's obstacles when God says stay still, because you're not letting him stay still. You still want to stick your hands in. Now, he's still working on your behalf, but you literally have to stay still when God says stay still. Y'all, I went out there to go try, and like I have all the qualifications to be a esthetician at somebody's salon. Come on now. I graduated in 2022. I graduated in 2022. Around the same time, that my brother passed, and the same year I had my miscarriage. So I have all the qualifications. I went to an accredited school, Aveda. And y'all, I have all the qualifications to be an esthetician. And I really want to specialize in lashes. But at the same time that I went to go and fill out for this job, for this open position, I didn't get it. Y'all, I was so confused. Like, I really was so confused. Now, they didn't call me and say I didn't get it, but, you know, I filled out the application. I called, you know, I followed up with the job. You know, I had all my qualifications and things of that nature, and I didn't get it. Not to say, oh, you couldn't go look for another salon, but I said, God, I am tired of going and chasing after these people when I'm well qualified, when my work history does not have gaps, when my work ethic is 100%. I said, you know what, God? God said, what? You gonna do what I said? I said, God, yes, I'm gonna do exactly what you said. And I'm gonna move out of my fear mindset. I said, God said, so that means you're gonna commit to what it is that you actually want. You're going to, you know, so when it comes to committing to what you want, what is it that you want? If you want to be an influencer, if you want to be a content creator, if you want to do nails, if you want to do lashes, if you want to open a store, if you want to do anything, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? If that's what you want, act on it. Don't sit here and tell me one day that you want to live a life of ease and you want to do things on your own terms, and then you complain to me about how this job didn't hire you and how you have no money in the bank. Baby, don't worry about the money, because the money coming. Okay? Don't worry about the blessings. Don't worry about the favor, because that is God's job to handle. You know what I'm saying? When I said me, I was speaking in God's tense, but it's that's God's job to handle. If you want to work a job, people work a job because they want to. They sit here and say, oh, I don't want to work a job. Well, it fooled me, because every day you go work a job that you don't want to work. Like, y'all, I literally see people, and it was crazy, because now I look at people's comments, and, you know, although I haven't made money yet, I look at people's comments and they're like, I'm working a job that I hate. I'm working a job that I can't stand. Sometimes you have to go down to come up. I'm telling you. You know, even if you have to go back to your parents' house and tough it out for a little bit, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Do you think, listen, I was told this. It was like, do you think anybody wants to go back and live with their parents? We do it because we have to do it. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to have their own. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do in order to get where you need to be. So sometimes if it's looking at, okay, well, I got to go and, you know, stay in my car or stay with a friend or tough it out somewhere, as long as you are working towards what it is that you and God had, you know what I'm saying, what y'all talked about, God will give you favor. God will give you blessings. Stay still. Stay in the moment. You can't be telling God, God, I want this. God, I want that. God says, stay still. I'm going to let me flow through you. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I noticed, like, literally on this journey, I have acquired so much patience for things that I didn't have patience for. I literally, and it can happen within a short amount of time. You know, it can happen as long as you surrender to God's will. Y'all, I literally have just now started reading the Bible, and I ain't gonna lie, it take a lot longer than I thought. But I have literally just started, you know, reading the Bible, and within the first like 3 pages, like, my mind was blown. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, how everybody be like, I'm not my brother's keeper. And first of all, that was Cain and Abel, and he said, am I not my brother's keeper? But I don't know, I ain't even gonna touch it there. I want to know, you know, do people know the meaning of that before they go get it tattooed on their body? But even if not, you know, the Bible's there, been here for years, you know, just read it before, you know, because I used to be like, you know, I used to be into this mentality where everybody was like, oh, you know, it's some people who woke and it's some people who too woke. And, you know, sometimes the people who too woke, they be like, oh, the Bible was made to brainwash slaves. You know, they used it in that way. They did. They used it in that way. But if you read it, you know, you can just tell the difference between people who read the Bible and who haven't. And I do not have claim to have read the whole thing, but I do dibble and dabble in the Psalms. And I have, you know, read the beginning of the Bible. And I'm still venturing. You know, it's a process. I'm still learning. I see verses and stuff. You know, God comes through. He shows out in his words. And he shows me a word when I need it. Hallelujah. Okay. So, you know, God will always come through and show you what you need to see. Tell you that. Literally, just like literally in this moment, I'm outside and me and my daughter sitting on a blanket, and the only reason she's so quiet and y'all don't know that she right here is because we sitting outside. But yeah, God literally is just flowing through me right now. He's just flowing to and through me. And it's because I surrendered. See?